I think at some particular point of time you do need to write off. As you know, in the public sector there are always a lot of reservations on doing something like this, because a number of questions get asked, and sometimes it is difficult to keep on sort of taking those questions and then still acting in a decisive manner. But we believe that what we have done is correct, because though they are written off, we have a very robust system of following up. So there is no question of letting go, or there is no question of forgetting about whatever we have written off. As you know, that we have set up a stressed asset vertical. That vertical is working quite well. In the last 3 or 4 years, they have gained a lot of experience. They are quite good at resolving these NPA issues currently and ensuring that we realize as much as we possibly can out of it. And therefore, our concerns on this are mitigated to the extent that while we do clean up the balance sheet, these get looked after also subsequent to that, and line by line these are followed up. There is a system for reviewing it right up to the board level. So there is no lack of attention on these counts, and therefore we can comfortably write it off and yet know that follow-up will continue to happen.
Alright, so if we keep in mind this particular measures that you have taken and we focus on your loan recovery, we did see a good amount happening in Q3. Going forward, are you expecting more amount, significant amount of loan recoveries and upgradations?
Yes, that will happen. We will also be doing sales to ARCs. We will also, be following up with the ARCs where full money is not realized. So even that structure we have created. So we are quite confident, that we will be able to handle the NPAs very well. And I think, we have given very clear signals where we have found the management wanting. We have given very clear signals, that this is not something that we will take lying down, that we will take whatever steps is required in order to ensure that we put in a management that is responsive and that shows good management and good corporate governance. So those messages are also being given very clearly to all borrowers.
Alright, and if you just focus on the ARCs, you said you are looking at selling. How much amount are you really targeting, or maybe you have in mind for the March quarter? And going forward, are you also looking at selling your bad loans to maybe private equity firms? And there are also reports which are suggesting that maybe RBI and Finance Ministry is looking to start this new compulsory process where if your gross NPAs is above 5%, that over and above you will be forced to sell to ARCs. So do you think that is feasible?
I don't really see how. Because after all, if the ARCs are not giving you a proper valuation, how do you just go ahead and sell it? So I don't really know the nitty-gritty of what is being thought about. This is not something that we have discussed with the regulator. So I wouldn't be very clear about it. But having said that, it is a fact that the regulator does want us to clean up the balance sheet. It does want us to sell to ARCs, because that is a way of ensuring that the ARCs do the NPA recovery, because that is the only job they do. Unlike a commercial bank, I need to also, sort of get past this and focus on new business. Whereas for an ARC, his only business is recovery of NPAs. So RBI wants that the ARCs should do this. Then they believe that this will be a more efficient manner of recovering NPAs. And we agree. So to that extent, I am looking at sales.